My DDR tag is Flynn.
DDR, also known as Dance Dance Revolution, is an arcade rhythm dancing game that has been around for about 20 years.
I think the DDR community is really like uniquely supportive, I would say, just because a lot of gaming communities, I think, do have a reputation for being kind of toxic. One of my favorite moments probably was when I made top 16 at the regional tournament in Irvine, which was I think last year. I ended up managing to actually tie my opponent, who is a very strong player, on the first song that I had played in the top 16, which was just really wild.
And wow, 2 points. Oh, wow, dropped 2 points right at the end. He was just holding on. Well, there's our first tie.
I got into the community about 20 years ago. So I really started playing pretty much soon after it came out. And I was in Irvine with my mom, going to this arcade, which is now Boomers, then Palace Park. There's a DDR machine right there. Must have been 12. Hopped on. My first song ever was Dropout on Trick, which I picked by accident, and I passed it. So the rest is just history. I would say maybe like a year or two after that event, I was kind of, becoming a teenager, or became a teenager like 14, 15-ish. The internet started becoming popular, and like I guess I started to discover it as well. But the internet was really new. Forums were a pretty new thing, and forums were the main way that we all kind of met each other. And when Extreme came out, AI was packed with like teens to like 20 somethings, and the DDR machine, like all you could hear was just nonstop credits and or music being played from the DDR machine. Like there was not a single second of downtime, and their cab was like at 160,000% volume. And so you would go in for like an hour and then maybe like leave to get boba or something, which is an amazing boba place there. And then you would just be deaf, like, cause like it's such a small place, only rhythm games. And I think the time when Extreme came out was just like some of the most fun I've ever had playing DDR. Done some charity fundraising with top players Leon and Chris once again. We raised, Leon and I did 2K for Black Girls Code, local SF charity that helps empower young Black women and get them in STEM and just doing stuff that needs to be done in today's world. It's all about equity, right? And then with Chris, we raised over 7K for Alzheimer's Association, so super awesome. Tournament, ECFA, everybody can Fantastic Attack, competing in that. Making my own charge. Just like kind of, just to flex a creative muscle. I think I see a lot changing. I think unfortunately I see things going away from the arcades. They already were not the cleanest places to hang out, and I think now and later, everyone's going to be super health and germ conscious. So I just don't really see them thriving. But on the flip side, I see remote play becoming bigger and bigger. And currently the options for pads right now are like expensive cabinet setup, or like, or expensive deluxe metal pad, or it's like, cheap, decent kind of thing that like, works, but it's not great.
I'm not sure how the DDR community will survive. I know a lot of people are still very much engaged with DDR. Those who have home cabs, home setups, are definitely still keeping up with it, doing a lot more of like ITG, things like that. It sucks, obviously, that the arcades are closed and that all this is happening. When it first started, even before the arcades were fully closed, I really just didn't feel comfortable going anymore. At that point, it was just like, I'm going to be deprived of DDR for, a long time.
But we were able to find a way to make it work. While we may not be able to play DDR with other people, and we can't organize tournaments to play together, the community still thrives. I think DDR will come back stronger than it ever was. I hope that it does. But until then, I guess I'll just be dancing with myself.